Let's see. What's good, Ben, bro? What's good? What's good? What's good? Alright, so looking at inside this daily bullish fair you got here. Make this like gray or something though. I watch your stuff and love to know emotions. Appreciate you, bro. I be trying my best. Definitely be trying my best. You feel me? Okay, so we inside this forward bullish fair value gap. We did have this change in step delivery on the 4 hour though. So we had this inversion here. With this change in the state here. So I want to see what they do with that there. We got that there on the 4 hour. Got this bullish fair value gap though. The daily. We'll get rid of this though for sure now. So we took out the liquidity here. That was the what lows were those? Let me see. New York PM lunch low, New York PM. Okay, so we just took out liquidity there, okay. The sell side there. Already swept the Asia high. Did the same on ES as well. So this looks pretty smooth. Did they run that? Yeah, they did run it. They definitely did run that. Still looks smooth though, not gonna lie. So consolidation. Run out the high, run out the lows. It's like a trap right here. We're gonna wait till 10 a.m. for the silver bullet. 8:30 open. The open's at 952. Then we got the midnight open. 6. I can't finesse it. What's the silver bullet? What? The silver bullet? Is that a strat? Yeah, that's a like basically a model strategy. So usually when there's like CPI or PPI, um, we just wait for the silver bullet at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. through 11 o'clock. Usually something will form. Whether it's a fair value gap, you can use to take high or low, or whatever you use, a breaker block, whatever you know comfortable with. But that's the silver bullet. We 8 minutes into the open. We ran both sides of liquidity here and here, but I think we can still maybe push up. We have an SMT in price. These look smooth to me. This looks like a draw on liquidity on ES. So if that's the case, then same for NQ. We traded inside this daily bullish fair value gap. So I'm gonna classify this as the range. If I'm bullish, so we're still in a discount, and anything that's in a premium would be these highs and this gap here, and then you got the rejection block here as well. They may want to target. So out of this daily BISI, just telling me everything. So that's pretty nice. Yo, what's good? What's good, bro? What's good? HDZ kid. So delete that. Kind of want to get this off my screen. We'll get rid of that there. I need that up. Open the range of gap. This is where the CEO of the CEO, we already traded to the CEO. That was pretty quick. How large was this gap though? About 86 points, 87 points. That's not that large. That's okay though. You got the look. See, we took out the sell side. This is regular trading hours, right? So if we came into a daily bullish fair value gap, and we ran out the sell side here, and on regular trading hours, you still have these highs intact. You got this high here, this high here. This pretty much looks smooth. Not gonna lie, this looks pretty smooth. So I believe they can maybe want to take it back up here. But while they wait and see what price, just shows us and tells us. But I'm leaning more on the bullish side of things, not gonna lie. You're below it, midnight and 8:30, so got the first fair value gap there. First fair value gap. Let me see what 7 a.m. That's what ES is doing. ES is doing its thing too. ran out the sell side here. We got equal highs up here as well if they want to continue to push higher out of this daily bullish fair value gap. I like how we stay in the upper portion of the gap, so. $934 on ES. This is their first fair value gap. Open the range gap. Got this new day opening gap from today. Let me mark that out. Let me mark that out, yeah. Got a new day opening gap there as well, but I'm not gonna mark that one out just yet. Okay. We did trade pretty high into the range from here, not gonna lie. CE of this guy, look how they use this order block here. Got this order block. Then you got the CE of the CE of the daily bullish fair value gap. That wick right there, that's pretty nice how they use it. Take it higher. Pretty nice. So far we got is at 9:30 we did get this expansion move higher. A little accumulation. Trading back above the midnight open. Buy side is here, so I want to see what they do with it. They want to just head forward right now, or if we can wait. They already priced the CE, so got the new day opening gap. Open range gap high right there. So let's see, chat. Let's see what y'all thinking today, chat. Y'all more on the sell side or the bullish side of things? This looks bullish. Accumulation, manipulation, and then we got the distribution. Hopefully we can get some type of accumulation inside this area here before just taking out these highs. But they could take out these highs and still pull back and then still trade higher. Look at the CE, look at that. Look at the bodies. The bodies respect that. That's good right there. That's good price action right there. We got this gap here as well. They may want to bring it back into. We stabbed into it once, 2 times earlier today. 1 week new to ICT, just watching. Okay, bet, that's what's up. That's what's up for sure, bro. Seeing what ES wants to do. So we'll take it from this high here. We're in a premium, so how did you find ICT? Yeah, ICT's on YouTube, I believe. Well, not I believe. Yeah, he's on YouTube. So you can look up all his videos, type in ICT or Inner Circle Trader, and you'll find everything on there on his YouTube. Yeah, so we're just gonna wait for the silver bullet, see if it'll unfold. So we got the data low, which is here. You got the data high, which is here at 8:30. So they heading for that data high for sure. This is a low resistance liquidity run. Got this imbalance, so it's kind of just straightforward to the point. We're testing that 8:30 high. 8:30 opening price. Facts. I definitely agree with you, kid. Definitely agree with you on that one for sure. Pretty neat. Got this small little tiny gap here as well. They can want to bring price into. Got the new day opening gap here, up here. Oh, they already came to that new day opening gap. Sheesh. That was from the 13th. That was from yesterday. So I'll mark that out. Yep, this looks like it's it. The next step for me is studying other concepts, and when I learn them, to put them all together and trade them. Facts. It's pretty neat, bro. So yeah, I don't trade the opening range, but this would have been a good day to trade the opening range, I guess, if you knew the draw on liquidity, if you knew where price wanted to head to. Um, had some pretty good entry. You could have took an entry here, right at the opening bell. If you were confident that price could trade higher. Pretty neat. So got some displacement. We didn't take any. We didn't take no. Take any. I mean, we did rebalance this whole entire inefficiency here, this gap, but we didn't take any like buy side or anything like that. We did come into this new day opening gap and we traded above the 830 open. So let's see where they want to bring this to. We got, we 4 minutes into the macro as well. So let's see. Looking at this as just maybe like a retracement. Seeing how this 1 hour candle gonna close. I mean, we do got this, would be that rejection block too. Let's see if we get back below the midnight open. We'll get rid of the opening range gap low and high. I don't really need that right now. I like to use the CE instead. I like this right here a lot because my draw is higher. So I want to see them manipulate price in the opposite direction of my draw. How long did you back test for you? I've been back testing since 2022, but I didn't trade the same model I traded back then. 1 second. 5-minute bullish fair value gap, where they? Got the change in the state. You got the inversion, change in state on the 30-second. Plus we got the new day opening gap acting as resistance. So I want to see if we can get back below the midnight open. Possibly. Okay, this was the high at, let me do this instead. This was the high from 7:30. The high from 4 o'clock. I didn't really I back tested maybe like a month or two, I guess. I mean, I just back test. I don't really back test like that. I kind of just like get like real live data, and I'll just put it in my journal. But a lot of people on YouTube, or a lot of people on TikTok, a lot of people everywhere kind of trade, the same model, I would say. Inversion for sweep, SMT, inversion, changing the state of delivery. I just added my own little spice to it with the midnight open and the 8:30 open. So I took a little bit of what ICT taught me in the 2022 mentorship, and I applied it to this model here. So we didn't have a run on stops there. We had a run on stops here though. These look pretty equal, so I think they could wanna still stab it down. See what this 10 a.m. candle does, and then I'll make my decision from there. You have an account funded? Yeah, I'm trading evals right now. I don't have any more funded accounts. So this is my draw. My draw is higher, which is here, but kind of just like pretty high into the range. So and they can bring you lower from here. So I'll probably just wait. The 30-second has 30-second. This would be that change. Price gets above here. This would be the 30-second change in the state, because this series of down closed candles, we ran out this low here and this low here. This is on the 30-second. So up in this area here. I'm on the funded account, as you can see. I actually did take a trade yesterday. I didn't live stream or record the footage though, because I came to my computer a little late. Well, not even late. I didn't expect a trade, but I seen a pretty decent setup, and I was able to bank in some profit. So that was pretty decent. Catch a decent move. I'll show you guys after. So we didn't close above. We did, but barely. Kind of in a weird spot right now. For your strategy, do you use the economic? Yeah, I use the economic calendar. Like today, so like for today, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for a silver bullet. I'm looking for a PDA rate to take us lower. This gap here is pretty decent, but I mean, not take us lower, but anything that could like tell me get in. But yeah, I use the economic calendar though, for sure. Still pricing higher on NQ, on ES. You should use order flow, right? It could be beneficial for you. Order flow, yeah. I mean, it depends on what you mean by order flow, because I trade order flow for the most part. ICT concepts teaches you how to follow order flow for the most part. So I'm looking at this new day opening gap right here. Let's see if we get some displacement from this area. It's perfect for your entries. I gotta look into that. If you use the footprint, the that might be enough to filter your entries. Yeah, I never heard of like that stuff. Not gonna lie. If you're new to the stream, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe if you like what's going on right now. I know it's pretty boring, but price isn't really doing anything right now. For one, we're super high into the premium based on the dealing range we're in, or implied range if I think this is going to be the drawn liquidity. But what is YM doing? Yeah, YM looks like it wants to do its thing too. So we're just waiting on NQ. Guess I'll just use this range. Maybe, depending on what's going on inside of it. So anything down here is a discount in this small little tiny dealing range. Two minutes inside the macro, so nothing really there. Nothing really telling me to get in. It's just back and forth around this new day opening gap. Today's new day opening gap. So like that there, right there. That's pretty neat. Run out the low. Well, look, we're in a bad spot right here. We're in a bad spot, not gonna lie. So I ain't gonna say a bad spot, but like, okay, I like that displacement right there. I like that. So we got the run higher. All right, I like that. So let me see if we can get a touch up back into that. Got this fair value gap as well too. I'm gonna take 2 there. I'm gonna take do like that. Stop loss here. See if this can play out there. Since we're in a premium, since we're pretty high, they may want to rebalance some of this range and maybe target like the midnight open or something like that. Let's see though. Go to my other account really quick. This look pretty nice. This run higher. Ran out the buy side here. Changing the state there. So let's see if this is the move to want to take us lower. We also got the new day opening gap acting as resistance as well. So I want to see if we can fall from there. Then I can add more positions once I start to see some more displacement like that. So I want to see price skip below that with some displacement. That's pretty good right there. So 3 there. Three there. Go to the 30-second. Anything on the 30-second that looks pretty clean. Nothing really on the 30-second is telling me. When we rip 100 plus points, you better off not taking anything. If we don't hit my stop loss, you feel me? Short position there. Target like midnight open. Midnight open, that's pretty decent. I think we can get there. See if I would want to add anything more to this. Anything more? Back to the 15-second. Low, high, lower low becomes your breaker. I don't want to add to that though. Rather add to like something on the 30-second. It is a good setup though. Yeah, I think it's pretty deep. I think we can get there. Let's see. We'll move stops to break even once we get to this low. If we get to that low, I'll go stops break even. Cause this is a little high resistance, I feel like. So, well, see chat. I don't want to see them like, and they inverse this and close above displacement after running the low. That wouldn't be that good. Not gonna lie. So we inversed it, so they may close above it. If they close above it, then they may run it higher. Maybe there should be a change in state after taking the sell sign on 32nd. The draw is a little higher, I believe, but I think they could want to rebalance it, maybe into the midnight. So let's see what happens here if we get us some closure here below these series of up close candles. Let's see. Yeah, you got the inversion. Let's see. This may have been like a, yeah, this happened to me. Yeah, this happened to me. We were allowed the stop loss to get hit, but this happened to me, I think, Monday when I was on the 15-second hunting, you know, my setup and stuff like that. 30-second, I believe. I think this happened to me. Yeah, we might generate 1 minute pushing up possibly. Yep, I could see that. You know, the sell side here. That's why I thought about just putting my stops to break even if we were to get there. But if not, then we'll allow the stop loss and move forward 10-16. So there ain't really nothing. We didn't even come back into this gap on the 15-minute there. So yeah, we couldn't even retrace. So we might just be, yeah, we are bullish. Extremely bullish for the time being, I guess. Oh shit. But there ain't nothing I would take in a premium here to take price lower, I feel like. So I would take that. Guess they want to price, continue to price it higher. Get rid of that there. So we ran out this minor low here. So maybe this high, well, not maybe, but this high to low, like I said, range. Maybe could have just looked for something inside this small little dealing range. But I still thought my draw was higher. Yeah, probably would have been a bit better. I would have been able to use less sizing. I mean, smaller stop loss, so more sizing. So, but I saw this displacement right here and this here looked pretty clean. But I guess the order flow is bullish still. That's my fault on that for sure. Yeah, order flow still is bullish. YM is bullish. Yep, everything is still bullish. Try to catch a little rebalance into the range, but that ain't it. So my entry could have been here. Yeah, here. Or here with this candle here. There's a good price run higher. Yeah, down here in this candle. Yeah, that would have been pretty neat. And we closed above this here, so there ain't no way we coming back down. Now unless we get like an immediate rebalance. If we get an immediate rebalance, but I doubt that's gonna happen. They may just run up and take the buy side out from here. Yeah, this was a small. This that jagged run. Yeah, my eyes gotta get back used to this here. Obviously, this isn't. Yeah. So unless this 5-minute candle comes back into this new day opening gap, which I doubt it will, and maybe rebalance. I mean, having an immediate rebalance with this wick here, then probably have to just chill or look for something during the macro. But this was the move here. I even could have went long here, but it is what it is. Fuck it. I was looking at this rejection block on the 1 hour. That's why I thought maybe they would want to, okay, we swept it here. We are bullish, but they may want to maybe price this back a little bit lower. With this sweep with this here. Thought that maybe they would want to price it lower, maybe back to midnight open. But I guess that's why it's important to just follow the order flow, I guess. Yeah, given the fact that this was all choppy and this is choppy and shit, so. And they brought it all the way back. Immediate rebalance. Oh shit. They're pretty high into the range. That's the only thing I don't like about that. I'm not gonna be trying to catch a buy up here. Not gonna lie. At least around this area. Equilibrium. We did it again. Look, you want to take the shorts. Oh, okay. Okay, you are pricing it higher. Maybe I had to catch like a small little scalp. We got this inversion. Did we tap into that in gap? This gap here? We didn't even tap into it. I'll just let it do what it do. If I can't catch anything that could yield me something that's pretty decent to get in, I'll just say fuck it. Yeah, this was the good buy here. I felt like down here as well. And we traded above the new day opening gap. No trace back inside the gap. Oh, we had that 15-second gap there. Yeah, we just pretty high. I'm not gonna lie, we're already pretty high into the range. I just don't like how high we are. Not gonna lie, chat, but got that there as well. Just rather not our stop loss get. It's good, bro. We just too high into the range for me. Not gonna lie. Buy side is right here. If I were to take it, it would have to been down here. At least get this little run up, but I didn't press the button, so we're below we're above the midnight open, which I don't mind taking a short above it. I'll just lower my risk, but we're just right there, chat. There's no point in me. Maybe down here, like I said, I would have caught it. This would have been a good push higher, 30 points, and I would have risked about 9 points. So that would have been decent, but I couldn't. Nothing was given. Probably could have took something off the 15-second here, but that was nothing. That's not a good enough price run for me for the most part. So yeah, that was really nothing, bro. I mean, I guess this was a silver bullet here. This gap here. Yep, this fair value gap with the new day opening gap. That was your silver bullet. It came right below a discount of the dealing range here and here. We stabbed just a little bit. We stabbed right below it. We didn't stay that long there, so I mean, I did have this in mind as well too. This right here in mind. And on the 1 hour, yeah, so it was kind of like high resistance up in this area. I'm looking at it, slow jagged movement, a lot of back and forth. So this is probably just a bad short. I took that trade on my paper account. Yeah, the long here. This was a good long. Yeah, high, low, higher, higher breaker. So I could have been long anyway in here, but I like the intro of like fair value gaps and order blocks for the most part. Let's see though. What has NQ did? We haven't did anything yet. I mean, ES hasn't done anything just yet. YM. I never trade YM, so. Yeah, see this move, yeah, that was a good long. I just don't like buying in a premium, but I mean, this is a range here, high to low, so I could have used that range. So it's cool though. Let me see. So this is extremely bullish. extremely bullish. This was just some. I ain't gonna lie. The PA wasn't this right here. I guess this is a breakaway gap, but it's like I haven't seen any price action like this. I ain't gonna lie. Like just hanging out in a premium here from like it did. New price action every day. So yeah, that was really. I don't think I'm a. Oh, we got. Let me look at 1050 maybe. See what 1050 has. Unless ES were to like come down here, anything that's in a discount, so this gap here, inversion fair value gap, I want to see if they trade back inside this range and then take it higher, or if they take it higher from this premium BISI there. Got a volume imbalance inside as well, but we got this here, so this may be enough to continue to push price higher towards these highs up here. Let's see though. Yeah, this was a really good long here and here, so I had a few opportunities, bro, not gonna lie. I just didn't have the conviction enough to take this long because we were in a premium based on the dealing range I was looking at. And like usually they can like, I mean they could do whatever in a premium, but like, maybe you had to catch a scalp. 1036. No, we're too bullish. Yeah, we're just too bullish for me, I'm not gonna lie. Damn. Where's my next, if I would've targets. The midpoint of this gap. I'm gonna try 2 there. Stop loss gonna go here under that low. That there. target the midpoint for like a 1-to-1 or something like that. See if we can reach it beside that there. Let's see if this can act as an inversion. The price is higher. I mean, that's nothing though. That's nothing when it comes to. Kind of was pointless, I guess. Yeah, I guess that was nothing really. No size, so it's not really gonna. Unless I hold for a little longer target. The full rebalancement of that range, but I doubt it. We could get there though, so we'll just see. ES still had room to the upside. We'll go stops break even once we get to there. It's pretty decent, yep. Pretty nice, yeah. So we got the inversion. We got 4 minutes left to know if this will act as inversion. But I'm gonna go stops break even because, you know, why not? I was looking at this on the 15-second. I'll tell you, give me 1 second. So I was looking at this gap right here. This gap right here, acting as if I stretch it out, can't really do it on Trade-O-Bait, but if I stretch this gap out here, it looks like they use this as inversion. You see price stay in the upper portion of this gap. You see there, so immediate rebalance right there. I'm at a window right now. About to see how we close. I'm expecting this to be used as inversion to take price higher. We didn't get to that. We didn't get to the CE. I'm waiting for, if we get to the CE, then I can go stop break even. If not, then I'll allow the stop loss. But actually, I'll do this instead. I'll grade this wick here. Because if we're going to trade low and take the sell side, we're going to just take the sell side. So, looking at the CE of this wick there, the CE of that wick, that would be a good stop loss under the CE. Since we already came inside this gap. Because think about it, this gap already rebalanced this whole entire inefficiency here. So, in all honestly, if we're going to trade lower, we're going to trade lower and we're going to rebalance some of this range for the most part. I don't see us just taking the low and then coming back high, because maybe if we didn't rebalance this whole entire inefficiency, then yeah. But that's what I would see. So I may do a market order close, depending on how it's looking. But 1 tap, 2 tap, 3 tap, 4 tap, 5 tap, 6 taps inside this gap here. I'm not expecting us to, if we're going to trade lower from this gap, this is too many times for us to do it, so I'm expecting this as inversion. But this is the 15 seconds, so got to keep that in mind as well. So we got to get above this down close candle there. Let's see if we can get above that and get a solid closure. Then I'll be okay with. Actually, let me see something. 2 minute. Okay. Yeah, I can see them wanna get this gap on the 2 minute. So this could be a potential run on stops. So we'll just wait and see, chat. If we can get to the CE, then I'll go break even. We're still inside the gap here. This is a 15-second gap. They did tap into it a lot of times. Usually, like once you see this, you can anticipate this being inversion, but this is a 15-second chart, so you know prices. Anything? Do we inverse anything over here? No, we didn't inverse anything here. Instead, we rebalance this gap here on the 5-minute. I'm looking at this so we can see if we can inverse this 15-minute. Got there, so. Let me see what ES is doing. ES still do what it do. Still doing its thing. I like the wicks. I like how it's respecting that there. I like that there. I like how we got the displacement. TP is 23,992. Oh, so you're going just above the CE. I mean the CE of that gap there. I'm gonna go stops. I'm gonna move it under the CE of that long wick. I like that wick there. I'm okay with that wick. If price hits me out, then I'm okay with it doing that. Given the fact that we are wicking this, we are wicking from this order block here, so I'll do that there under the CE. That's fine. Trim off some risk. Inversion fair value gap. I like that there. I got the 2-minute. Okay, we got that order block on the 2-minute. The open of it is here. We didn't tap into it. Okay. We're gonna go stops break even here. Just like that. We don't want to lose anything. When ES takes out those highs, I'll kill the position. So let me actually look at my phone. Okay, ES did actually kill those highs. So, but I think it's stronger. How much we down? We would minimize losses. That wouldn't be bad, right, chat? I think ES still has a little bit more room to the upside, but we could be wrong. If we're heavy, I want us to stay heavy. If not, then I'll be okay with this. This small little price run there, just like that. Yep. I'm looking at ES, and that'll be a 2. That'll be a little bit over a 2. We're heavy, so I'm gonna just let it do what it do. We're heavy though. I'm gonna wait till we get to the rejection block on it, 15-minute. Let's see here. If we close past this gap, I'll do a marker exit close. Man, I'll close it manually. If we disrespect this gap, I'll close it manually. If we respect it, then I'll let it do what it do, just like that. So I want to see something with this candle here. 1 tap, 2 tap, 3 taps. So the closure of the candle, I'm watching the bodies. Seem to be respecting the gap here. We also got that there though. We got that there. So we tap into it? Not yet. We got the macro coming in right about now. I want to see what the macro does. If the macro's going to price us higher. All right, we're gonna take that on the day chat. Macro came in. I don't like how that's that. We could price higher, but I'm okay with this small little loss on the day. We had that on the 1 minute. I didn't see that, but we'll just take this small little loss because I was just wrong. Like I said, I was wrong, chat. You know, this would have been a good enough move to continue to price higher, but I wasn't looking at this 1 hour as a draw. You know what I mean? I wasn't looking at that as my draw. That was something after seeing price take the buy side out, figured maybe we may be able to. Price is extremely bullish. We may be able to trade higher. See, this is why I took it. Look at that. I don't want to be in that. The macro, yeah, I don't want to be in that. I'm good. I didn't want to be in that chat. Did not want to be in that chat. TP hit, yes sir. Let's do it. So we down on the day, but it's okay though. Let me know where I was wrong at. Lets me know I was wrong at, so I'm okay with that, chat. Definitely okay with that. So in the future, we just know now, we know now. It is okay sometimes, I'm not saying it's high probability, but if the order flow is still gonna, see right here, the order flow is still showing us bullish. This is an order block. We ran out this low, change in the state, so price trades lower, trades higher, change in the state. Right there, order flow is bullish. So I just know in the future I could take a long, if my draw's higher here, got the data high that hasn't been purged yet, got the relatively equal highs on the farther to the left side. I just know now that, hey, if I, like I did before, put this inside a range and classify this as my dealing range and as my target being higher, I'll just do it from this high here to this low here. Not this low, but the low here. Anything inside is a discount, so I could have went long off this change in the state, off this order block, or I could have went long. I thought about going long here, but it was just like, it was too quick and we were pretty high into the range. But now I know that, I'm okay with that. So we'll just take that and then chill for the day. Yeah, we'll just take that and chill for the day. But I was bullish when I came in top of the morning. I'm not gonna lie, but since the opening range had priced like hella high. We traded higher a lot. We got this expansion, so I'm like, bro, okay, this could be a trick. They could want to expand it higher like this just to take it back lower, maybe rebalance some of the range. I was looking for the midnight open at least or something. I was gonna put stops break even, and then if we did get to this low here, stops to break even. But as you can see, price was just extremely heavy. No type retracement, no entry inside the first fair value gap, nothing. And then ES did his thing as well. Yeah, I would have held ES a little longer, but we had this gap right here inside with the liquidity as well. So I definitely can expect some type of retracement. Not saying that it still won't expand higher, but I can expect some type of short-term retracement, and I don't want to be part of that. Just because it trades lower then goes higher, I'm good. I still don't want to be part of it trading lower. You know what I mean? I'd rather just take, the push higher and call it a day. If it goes higher, I would not care. But actually, I got a pretty solid closure too, I would say. It was a pretty solid closure. Breakaway gap there. So that was pretty decent. What about this 15 minute? 15 minute we did inverse this. So that was pretty nice. Anticipating this as inversion. As you can see, we did that there. Yeah, W, bro. W trade right there, bro. W trade. W trade, man. Just a little piece of the pie, a little piece of the pie. That was about 40 points. So I stopped. I got out around here though. So about 30. I got about 28 points. So that's pretty decent. If I could have taken it here, let's just say I got this entry here. This is something I would normally take. About right there, 70. Oh, we'll go to the C. So about 70 points to the C from there. Okay, so yeah, that was pretty decent, Chad. That was pretty decent. We're gonna see what it's like tomorrow. Down on the day, red day. I still count that day as a green day though, but given the fact my P&L is still red, so I'll consider it red. But executed pretty solid, pretty decent trade. Let me see what tomorrow's looking like. Let me go here. Friday. Oh yeah, so I'll have a live stream up tomorrow as well too. I'll take a trade tomorrow, but this is the trade I took yesterday. This is the trade I took yesterday. I didn't do my journaling just yet. I'm a little behind on it. So yesterday, I came to the market around like 10:30. Like around the time I came to the market, I seen that price was extremely heavy, and I seen that on the 5-minute we had this gap here. I figured this was the draw, and this was the draw, and this was the ultimate draw. I figured, but I didn't plan on holding it that long. And as you can see, look at my entry, my stop loss. I mean my take profit. It was like kind of like I closed right on point. You know what I mean? But I took the first trade. This happened to me, yeah, like I said, what happened to me today? So this trade right here today, you see how the price action is like, looking at this price action here from these entries here, you see how the price action is like slow and jagged? It's like crunched up together. You see that? Right? Same here. Like it's like, I don't know. It's like, oh, jagged. It's not like a clear delivery like this. You know what I mean? It's not straightforward. It's wicky, moving slow back and forth. But once price tapped into it here, I went down to like the 15-second or 30-second, and I took my short, and then price came back up, hit my stop loss. Price traded up once more, took out the buy side here. We traded lower with displacement. We have an order block here with a fair value gap and a fair value gap here. So once price traded back up inside this gap here, order block, I took the entry and put my stop loss above there, and I targeted like a 1 to 2, I believe, a 1 to 2. So that was the trade right there for the most part. That was the trade from yesterday. So pretty decent trade. But yeah, that was it. This would have been a good short too. Now that I think about it, I wasn't thinking about taking a short after, but we did trade into a 1 hour key level, 1 hour fair value gap. I just call it a key level if it makes more sense. And then we have, price trade lower. We got the inversion. We got the inversion fair value gap here. Got the change in the state here with this candle. So this was a good short opportunity. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie to you. If I didn't take this short here, maybe if I would have caught along, maybe I would have took something. Target the new day opening gap, or probably like this low here, maybe, or just low right here actually, low hanging fruit, right there. So yep, ES did his thing too. Mm-hmm. ES did his thing, bro. YM. YM never came and took out the highs. Yeah, yet. You feel me? So, overall, solid day, I guess. I will say, even though I got it wrong a little bit, but we recovered a little bit, so that's all that matters. But overall, good day. Overall, solid day in the marketplace, I guess. You feel me, chat? Anybody else take this trade or take any trades? Only on paper account. That's solid, bro. That's still good though. You still get to collect that data, and that's what's gonna make you win anyway. So help you win, collecting data. So that's pretty nice, bro. No cap. I'm gonna go ahead and get off the stream, bro. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna end it a little. I like to stay on chat for a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and get off, and then I gotta catch up on some journaling. I didn't journal this whole. I didn't journal this whole entire week, so yeah, bro. Since the month of August, I've lost one trade. I have had one red day, so this would make 2 red days. So W session, yeah. I might look for something in the PM, maybe. I don't know. Just depends on how I'm feeling, I guess. If I look at my computer, if I'm thinking about it, I guess. In the day off green, maybe. But we will see, chat. We will see. But yeah, W session for sure. W session. This is kind of like a strange. This was a strange session. I'm not gonna lie, kind of weird. You feel me? Wasn't expecting. I could definitely expect some type of like retracement before okay, let's say before price higher, this run higher, we had this drop lower. I could expect some type of retracement if my draw was higher, maybe like until the equilibrium or something. That's why my target was the midnight open. Maybe thought we could just wick it or something like that, but that wasn't it. But I know now though, just follow the higher time frame narrative for the most part. Keep doing that. There's nothing wrong with like trading against the narrative of the bias. If you can catch your few points, a few ticks, and do what it do. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I think to give yourself the highest probability of not even gonna say winning a trade, but like let's just say not losing. A trade, following the higher time frame narrative, following what no matter what it looks like, but everything is still saying, bullish before we traded inside that everything was still saying bullish. Had this gap opening here. We had this gap here. The never I got traded into. We had it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. We never traded back inside that as well. We used the new day opening gap. So, and usually you will find setups around these areas on like the 15-second or 30-second, not really on the 1 minute. You know what I mean? You're not gonna really find a setup like this on the 1 minute. Now, unless you just know that price is fractal, that this would be your order block, your change in state on a lower time frame, like the 15-second or 30-second. But this would have been a good entry as well to immediate rebalance. This candle, you got the order block, changing the state, delivery. You had this 1 minute bullish value gap on your side as well. You got the breaker here. So I would probably consider like maybe the up close candles here. The up close candles there is your breaker. I'll probably mark out. I wouldn't use this wick though, because this wick is just messy, just noisy, just in the way. I would use the up close these two here as your breaker. And as you can see, price did come into it here. This candle high at 10:06 a.m. So yeah, that was a lot of opportunities for me to take, the long down here and the long here. So I know now. I definitely know now. But I appreciate everybody for stopping through, man. If you're new to the channel, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. I'll spark up a stream tomorrow and see what we can do, and get these accounts taken care of. So that's the plan. That's what we're gonna do. And yeah. If you see like a fair value gap get printed from here lower, like with some displacement, that would be a solid entry. So if like price made a fair value gap, maybe like on the 30-second, I won't look at it on the 15-second, but maybe like the 30-second or the 1 minute with some displacement, we trade back up inside that gap, then I would target the new day opening, this new day opening gap, today's new day opening gap. So like, let's see if it makes the fair value gap. The 15-second is, I guess, is okay, given the fact that this is a low, high, lower, low. I love trading, bro. I love trading a lot, not gonna lie. But yeah, we have no fair value gap. Got an immediate rebalance though. Got this order block. If we looking at this looks like it's gonna price lower, and maybe it may want to rebalance into this gap here, because you have a bunch of liquidity just resting right here. Think about it. Anybody who was going long or trying to go long here, they put their stop loss here, 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 or even under that low as well. I think they all about to get ran, in my opinion. Also got the CE as well. So let's see. Yep, chat. That'll do. I'm gonna get with y'all boys tomorrow, man.